With Mr. Janos. My name is Remak El Pasagit, and today I will explain the product node. The product node class is used to store the product information and connect it with other products in a linked list. Inside the class, there are three main variables: product info, which holds the product details, next node, which points to the next node, and prev node, which points to the previous node. These connections make it a doubly linked list, meaning we can move forward or backward between products. The class also has a constructor that sets the product information with when a new node is created. There are getter and setter method that allows us to get or change the data safely. For example, we can get or set the next and previous nodes or update the product sales. And in short po, the product node helps organize product information in link structure so each product can be connected and easily access in order.
Greetings po, Sir Janus. My name is Michelangelo L. Valdez, and I will be explaining the class product info. So here, this class is used to store and manage product details from our program. First, I will several fields like string unique product ID, static int unique ID counter. For the counter, there's also counter static that called unique ID converter, which keeps a track how many products being created. String product name, double product price, in product quantity. Here in our constructor, whenever a new product object is made, the counter increases by one, and then automatically generates a unique product using generates a unique ID using generate unique ID product here. Next thing is that method simply formats the ID with a letter P followed by numbers. And for the example, P001 or P010, depending on the product number. Overall, this class helps make sure every product has a unique ID and stores all important product details in our program.
Hello, greetings po, Sir Janos. My name is Mark James Punumbayan, and I will be explaining the getter, setter, and to string methods of product info. The getter method for the product price, product name, product ID, product quantity. It allows you to access private data fields from outside the class. This means you can read values like price or name without directly exposing the variables. Uh, for the setter method, like this, product price, product name, product ID, and the quantity, it lets you update or change private data fields safely. This helps control how values are modified and can include validation if needed. For the to string methods, it provides a readable formatted string showing the product ID, name, price, and quantity. This is useful for displaying product information and displaying it.
Greetings po, Sir Janos. I'm Jeric B. Pante and I'm explaining the product management. In product management, we declared a product node head. 2, it refers to the first node in the double linked list. And product node tail use refers to the last node in the double linked list. These two parameters add new nodes at the end. It traverses from either direction, forward, backward. And for the public product node getHead, it returns the reference to the first node, head of the list. Allows external classes to access the head node directly, typically for iteration or debugging. In public void append product, string product name, double product price in product quantity. In quantity, it adds a new product at the end of the double linked list. And for the public void display product, forward traversal, it display all products starting from the head and moving forward. Like check if the list is empty. Print 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 header formatting, loop from head to tail, printing each node product info. And public display product backward traversal, it display all products starting from the tail and moving moving backward. And for the public void restock product, string user ID int add quantity, finds a product by its unique ID and adds stock quantity. Then for public void update product information, string user ID, string new product name, double new product price, int new product quantity. Updates a product name, price, and quantity given its ID. And for public void delete product by ID, string user ID, removes a product from the list based on its ID. And public void search product by ID, string user ID, finds and display a product details by its unique ID. And for public boolean find unique ID, string product ID, string user ID, helper method to compare two strings IDs manually, character by character. And for the last one, public void load dummy product data. It adds a list of sample product to the system for testing or demonstration. And for the thank you, Sir Janus. That's all.
Greetings everyone, I am Lovely Kate Collins to explain the sales info class. First is public class info, which is the main class definition for sales information. Next is private product info, which is an attribute that stores product details. Private stream unique sales id, which is an attribute that stores a unique sales id. The next one is private static int unique sales id counter, which is a static counter for generating unique sales ids. ID. The next one is private int quantity sold, which is an attribute to show how many items that were sold. The next one is private int sales month, which is to show how many items that were sold or sale for that month. Private static string month conversion, which is a variable for the string name of the month. Private int sales day, which is an attribute for the day of the sale. The next one is public sales info in quantity sold, in sales month, in sales day, product info, which is a constructor used to create a sales info objects. The next one is unique sales int counter, which is the increases of the counter every time a sale is created. The next one is unique sales id, which is to generate a formatted unique sales ID. The next one is quantity sold. This is to assign the number of the item that were sold. The next one is sales month equals sales month. This assigns the month of the sale, and this one is the sales of the day. Next one is this product info, which is links to the specific product, and the converter to month string, which is the numeric month into text form. The next one is the getter method to access product information and returns the product information object. After this is the method creates a unique sales ID, which is the private string generate unique product ID. The if-else statement that checks if the ID is a single-digit number. This is the month conversion. The public string convert the month to string. This method, which is the sales int operation, the private string generates unique product, is the method that creates a unique sales id and check if the ID is a single-digit number and returns if an ID formatted with 2 leading zeros, and if the ID is 2 digits, and returns if the ID formatted with 1 leading zero covers all larger numbers, and returns the formatted id without zeros. Next is the public string convert to month to string in sales month. This is to initialize an empty string to store the month's name. Next, we have the switch method, which will Next, we have the switch method, which is the switch statements that decides which month name to use. We have January for the month of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and December. This one, system out print, which handles the invalid inputs and prints an error message that assigns invalid input if the month is wrong, and exits the not, it exists this week. And if not, it exists. And if not, in the statement, the switch statement will exists. And if the month is wrong, the switch statement will exit. And next we have the month conversions, which is this public string convert to month string, which initialize an empty string to store the month's name. We also have this switch statement to all the months which we have for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. This switch statement decides which month name to use. This is for the case number 1, case number 2, case number 3, case number 4, case number 5, 6 to 12. This handles the invalid inputs, which prints an error message and says invalid input if the month is wrong. If the month is wrong, the switch exits and returns to the final month. This getter returns to the unique sales ID. This sends back the sales id value. This getter returns how many items sold. This getter returns how many items were sold and sends back the quantity sold. This sends back the sales of the day, and this getter returns the converted month's name. Ay, mali-mali na yung explanation ko. Isa pa. Public unique sales. This getter returns the unique sales id and sends back the sale id value. This public in quantity sold is the getter to return how many items were sold and send back the quantity sold. Public in get sales day. This sends back the sales day, and the getter returns the converted month name and sends back the month conversion to string. Mali nga yun. Kulit. Mali nga explanation. Return convert to is the getter returns to the final. Return convert to is the getter to return the final month name if the switch exits and the month is wrong or invalid. Public string get unique sales is the getter returns the unique sales id and sends back the sale id value. return the quantity sold, getter for quantity sold. This getter returns how many items were sold, then sends back the quantity sold. Public int get sales day. This getter returns how many items were sold. This getter returns the date. This getter returns the day of the sale happened, then sends back the DLC. Public static string get non-conversion, which is the getter. Public static string get month conversion, which is the getter that returns the converted month name, then sends back the month conversion string. Public int get sales, the getter that returns the numeric month of the public int get sales. Public int get sales month, which is the getter of the numeric month of the sale, then sends back the month number. This method, public string to string method for sales info that will print the product info that converts the sales info into this public string to string is a method for sales info that will print the product info and converts the sale info into text format. Strings that gets the product's unique name. This string product id product name double price is the getter of the product's unique id, the product's name, and the product's price. This format all for sale details into one line. This string product id product name double product price is the getter for the product's unique id, gets the product's name, gets the product's prices. This all formats all the sales details into one line of text and sets spacing and format for each value, places the sale ID in the formatted text, and places the product id, product name, number sold, and places the price per product. This converts and places the month's name and places the day of the sales. And that's for the sales info product class.
Greetings everyone. I'm Rajan Isaac Irnion from 2 ITC. So today I'm going to report the sales node class from our inventory management system project. So this class is a key part of the sales node, acting as a node in a doubly linked list to handle sales records. And I'll cover its importance, how it is used in the system, and a step-by-step breakdown. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about the importance of the sales node class. So in terms of data structure role, it's the building block of a doubly linked list for sales data. It allows easy forward and backward navigation without fixed sizes. So basically, this class is used for traversing into the system. Next, in terms of system efficiency, it enables dynamic operations like adding, or removing sales, which is a vital uh, for a scalable inventory system that handles the growing data. And next, in terms of data safety, it, uh, it, it encapsulates sales info. It is the one that ensures the ties down to a valid products and preventing errors like selling out of stock. Uh, let's discuss about the usage of the sales node class within the system. So basically, the sales node class is under the sales management DLL class. So the sales node class is the one that uh, manipulates the data inside the system. It even add, remove, or edit the data inside the node or inside the system. So it is where it is used to create the DLL for sales records. So in terms of recording sales, it basically creates new nodes when a sale happens. So once the user inputs a data into the system, it creates a new node that stores the data inside the node. So it connects the data, or it stores the data inside it. Next, in terms of displaying data, just what la just like what I've said earlier, it is used for traversing for the data into the system. So this is the in charge class for traversing forward or even backward. So with the use of traversing forward and backward, it is also used for displaying the data or the views of sales list. Next, the deleting records. So this node, this class is also the one who's in charge for deleting the the data or the node inside the system. So the system removed a node by the ID. So it adjusts the list links. Next, in terms of reporting, in report module, nodes are loop through to calculate totals like revenues or top products or even the quantity of the product inside the system. In terms of interaction, it connects to product management DLL. So this is used for validation and to report module class for analytics. So it is also used in dummy data loading for testing. Next, let's discuss the step-by-step use of the sales node class. In terms of preparing the data, it basically creates a sales info object with sales details like quantity, the date, or what data it is asked in the system, and it links to a product. Next, in building the node, uh, it instantiates sales node with the sales info, so pointers starts as null. Uh, Next use of the sales node class is the add to list. It appends to the DLL still in sales management DLL. So once this user uh, inputs a data into the system, uh, the data that is recently added into the system will be appended to the tail or at the back. So it's set as head and tail if the list is empty. Next is the traversing, just what I've said earlier. From traversing start from head forward to the tail, or even backward from tail to the head. It is also used to access data via get sales info, and it is also used to move the pointer to the point to move the pointer to the next or previous node. Next, in terms of removing the data into the system, is the sales node class is used. So by finding the ID of the data, so it is also used to update pointers like previous or next to a link. Then it is also used to handle cases for head or tail. And in terms of report, it loops through nodes to some values like the revenue for the system insights. And lastly, the update inventory. So after a sale, it reduces the linked products quantity. So once the product is have the sales, this is the one that updates the inventory to reduce the products quantity. We use public for the public use, or it can be used anywhere in the file. So sales node is the class name, and it defines a blueprint for creating nodes in the sales list. For the next is line 6 to 8 is the variables or private variables that is used to store data inside the node. So for line 6, the private variable to hold sales details like product, quantity, or date. So we used private, so to keep it safe from outside changes. So it is used to store the main data for each sale. For the next one, line number 7, private sales node next underscore node. So this is a private variable pointing to the next node in the list. It helps to move forward through sales records. And for the line number 8, private sales node previous node. So this is a private variable pointing to the previous node in the list. so it helps move backward through sales cycles. So this two is the one that is used for traversing into the data from one node to another, from forward or even backwards traversing. Next, for this, from this line to until the end, so this is the constructor. These are the constructor. This setup this is used to set up a new node when created. So for line number 10, public sales node and the parameter. So is the constructor. It allows to be called from outside, so we use public. So it takes a sales info object as input to fill the node. So that's why the sales info is inside the parameter. Next, for line 11, this dot sales underscore info equals to sales info. So this assigns the input sales info to the nodes field. So it basically stores the sales detail into the node. Next is this next node personal. It basically sets the next node link to nothing or empty, so it is equals to null. So this means this node isn't linked to a next one yet. Next, line 13, this previous node equals to null, so basically sets the previous node linked to nothing also. So it means this node is linked to every previous one. So for the functions, this lets you get or set the node's data safely. So use the getter class. So starts a method to get the sales info. So we use public, so it can be accessible to anywhere, and it basically returns the sales info object. So it gives back the stored sales details used to read sale data without changing it. Next, public sales node, get next node. So it starts a method to get the next node. It returns the next sales node in the list. So it gives back the next node link used to move forward in the list. Next, public void set next node with the parameter of sales node next. So it starts a method to set the next node. So we used void. It means it doesn't return anything. So this function takes a sales node as input, so in the parameter, and for line 25, this next node equals to next. It basically updates the next node link to the input, so it is used to connect nodes when adding to the list. Next is the public sales node get previous node. So this class is This method is used to get the previous node, so it returns the previous sales node in the list. So it basically gives back the previous node link and used to move backward in the list. And for line 32, method is used to this function is used to set previous value or previous node. So it takes a sales node as input, then this basically updates the previous node linked to the input. So it is used to connect nodes when adding or removing nodes. So in summary, uh, for my report, this sales node keeps the system organized and efficient for sales tracking. And for a hands-on demo, um, this class basically the uh, this class is used to in traversing and manipulating data to the management DLL. So it is the one that is in charge for um, getting the actual data and setting the actual data into the node. That's all. Thank you.
Tangal greetings everyone. My name is Ian Israel Manalo and this is the Sales Management DLL. So we'll start by creating a variable called product management DLL for the product DLL, then private sales node. So we'll point to the head and point to the tail. And we'll create a constructor called sales management DLL with the parameter of product management DLL product DLL. Then we'll create sales node to get the head. Then this is the function public void with the name of record of sale with a parameter of string unique product ID in quantity sold, sales month, and in sales day. So this stores the record for sales, the product ID, and the quantity sold, month and day that it was sold. So in this if statement, if the product DLL is not null, then the code will show that the product list does not exist. So in our case, it exists. And we've created this variable called current and product current. So in order to get the current head, and the product current is set to null. So and then after that, searching for the product by ID. So we'll create a while loop. So while the current is not null, then we will do this. The product info current.get product.info, and the if, then the if statement product DLL dot find unique ID, then the unique ID. We will set the product current to the product info. Then after that, we will break the while loop. And after we break the while loop, we will set the current to the current that get next to the next node. Then this if statement if the product is found. So if product current is equal to null, then the product ID was not found. And then check stock before proceeding. So if the quantity sold is greater than product current that get product quantity, and then it will print that your quantity input exceeds the available stock. And in the line 46, if is valid day for month is not, it have a question mark here, I mean exclamation mark, then it sets to the sale month and the sales tail, then it will print the invalid day for the given month, then return. And then the record sales info is equal to new sales info, quantity sold, sales month, sales day, product current. Don't mind the error here because this is in VS Code and I didn't install Java extensions yet. Then setting the new node to the new sales node, sales.info. And if head is equal to null, then we will set the head to the new node and the tail to the new node. So this is just a setting up the nodes. And else tail set to the next node, new node, that's set previous node to the tail, and sales to the node. So this is for the node, so we can select I mean we can set it to the new node. Then the product current, that set product quantity to the quantity we provided to the other code. So get product quantity and quantity sold. Then after that we will print sale recorded successfully for the product plus the product name. Then another function here called display sales forward traversal. So it is a void function, so it will not return anything. Displaying sales in a forward traversal manner. So we will create a sales node variable that's set to head. Then if current is equal to null, then we will print the sales list is empty. Please make a new record of sale. So this will only run if the current is empty. Then we will create this for layout purposes of the code. So it will look nice in the command line. And then after that we'll create this while loop. So while the current is not null, then we will print the get sales, that info. Then setting the current get next node. So this will only show if the current is not null. So in our case, this thing will show. And we will print this for visual purposes. Then another function here called display sales backward traversal, and it is also a void. Sales node set to current, set to tail. Then if the current is null, then we will print this, the sale is empty, please make a new record of sale. So in our case again, we will not see this. System out print sales list backward traversal, and again this is also for the design purposes, so I will gonna skip that. And this is also like the last time, while the current is not null. We will skip into the function called delete sales record. So this function deletes sales record using the product ID. So again, if the product is null, then we will print this, but again in our case our product is definitely not null. While the current is not equal to null, then we'll create this if statement that product ID find unique ID, then we set it to the current sales info that get unique sales ID, so to the sales ID and also the user ID. So if the current is equal to head, then we'll set the head to the current the next node, and if the head is not null, then we will set it to the previous node, else the tail is equal to null. Then again, it's like the secondary line 121 to 127, it's the same. We will skip that and we will go into this. So else get previous node set next node. This will set the node to the next node. Then after that, we print this sales record successfully deleted. So this for deleting a product. This whole if statement. After that, current, we will set the current to the current that get next node. Then after all of this finish, we'll print. I mean, if nothing happened here, it will say this: the product found with ID. No product found with ID. Then another function here, generate sales summary. Then with the parameter of get month input. So if head is equal to null, then again we we have an output sales, setting the current to the head, disable total sales revenue 0, then setting the total product sold 0, string convert month to string, then an empty string boolean form details is equal to false, and create a while loop. So while the current is not null, then we will have a if statement inside a while loop. So inside a while loop, there's an if statement that that says if the guest sales is not null, then it will run another if statement. So inside that statement, it says current.get sales info. So this thing just said the month of the sale is equal to the month that the users input. Then the variable that we put here, we will be set to true. Then the convert month to string will set to the sales info, and we will use the convert to month to string function. The total sales revenue plus equal to the current sales at info, product info, and get product price times to the current get sales info, get quality sold, and then the total product sold plus equal current get sales info, get quantity sold. Then after that, we will go to the next node, and if the details were found, we will print this: a summary report, a visually appealing sales summary report for the command line interface. So in our command line interface, we'll use a Eclipse command line interface, and also we can use a CMD. Then this is our dummy sales data. So this is connected to our data class that have all of our dummy data. So this is just for prototype purposes, and in the last function we'd create a private function, and it is a boolean, so it will return either true or false. So inside this boolean function, there is a parameter, the integer sales month and a sales day. So this validates the dates in months. So first we'll create a variable here that sets the max day in 1 month. So in our case, it is 31. So if sales month is equal to 4 and sales month 6, sales month 9, sales month 11, then create a max day 30. And else if sales month is equal to 2 or February, it is 28, non-leap year. So this is just for setting the valid date for month, because the months the ending day of the months is not always 31, like February, and sometimes the February will add another day to its month. Then we will return the sales day, then the max day that we can use here. And that is all for me.
Morning, Maya. I am Timothy Villarza. Here to report the report model class at our presentation project. So in this part, we will discuss the report that we are going to have, which is in the report module, we have four types, which is the total product items, total sales revenue, product with stock sales, and out of stock items. So in this report, we will see how it will go run. So first and foremost, we declared the public static items, which is public items, which is the project management and the sales management. So this constructor will call the both uh, process, which is the product and sales management. So next, here in line 11 to line 21, it will show you the total products that small businesses have. So first, it will announce the get head, which is this one. Product mode parent is equals to get head, and then the total items is equals to zero. Therefore, you the code or the program will able to count all the inputted or the newly inserted items. Next is while discuss if current is not count, therefore it will count, increment, and then it will get the next node. And after that while, it will display the total number of products plus the count of total items, which is how many items we have. Next one, the total sales revenue. From line 33 to 34, it will discuss how many sales revenue we earn in the past few years. So first, it will call the current head in the sales, which is get sales head, and then this double total sales revenue is equals to zero for us to be able to count all the sales in the past few things. So in this one, like from the total product, it will also get the information. So sales info is equals to current batch sales, direct sales underscore info. After that, we will get the total sales revenue. For us to be able to get that, we will get the sales info that get product because we are going to recall all the products we have and then its price. And then we will multiply it in its quantity sold or how many items it is sold. And then next node. And after that, after that loop, we will going to print that in the total sales revenue plus the total sales revenue file. Next one is the get top product sales. So this one is the product with top sales we are going to call. So yan. So first we will get the head, which is the current, and then if the items are null or the current is null, therefore it will print that there is no sales have been recorded, and then it will get returned to the menu. And if it is not, we will get the highest total sales. We will put it in the string. And then the next one is the double. Double max revenue is equals to zero. So for us to be able to count it. Next, here in the while loop and another if inside the while loop. So if it tells me if the current is not equal to null, therefore the sales info will get the current sales info. Get sales underscore info. And then for the double, we will get the total revenue. We are going to get the total revenue. And we will get the product info and its price. Then multiply it with the quantity sold. How many items, how many products we sold in the specific way. Then if the total revenue is max revenue, which is zero, therefore it will change the max revenue is equals to total revenue. So the zero from the past revenue class max revenue, which is this one, is equals to 0, it will change into the current or what we got in this value. And then we will print it, which is highest total sales equals to get info dot product name. So after we get the maximum revenue, we will get the product that it have it has the highest sales and the product name. And then it will have a loop. And last, it will print with the total selling product plus the total sales, which is the new product, and total revenue, which is the maximum revenue or how much it costs. So in this last part, which is the public void identify out of stocks and sales, we will get the item that no more stocks or we are going to have another stocks for that. So in while
Greetings, sir. My name is Brian Regalado, and I'm going to continue Ms. Bilira's report on the report module Java. So I'm gonna start in the line 38, which is the public get top product sales. So here, starts a method to find the top selling product by revenue. So the use of it is to define an accessible method for identifying best performers, helping with sales analysis. So the next one is the sales node current. So this one is gets the start of the sales list, and the use of it is to start checking sales data for the highest revenue product. So the next one is the if current is equal to null, checks if the sales list is empty, and for the use of is to handle cases with no data, preventing errors and informing the user. So next one is the printout of the no sales have been recorded yes, just to show um just to print the just print if and if no sales exist, and the use of is to alert the user when there's no data to analyze. So next is the return. The return is to stop the method early. So the use of is to exit gracefully when no sales are available, avoiding unnecessary processing. And here's just to stop the ends the check. So here next is the string highest total sales, and the use of it is to create a placeholder for top product's name starting empty, so to store the name of the best product as it found. So the next one is the double max revenue is equal to 0. So here creates a variable for the highest revenue starting at 0. So the use of it is to track the maximum value, updating as better product are found. Next is the while current and the null. So the starts a loop through the sales list, and the use of it is to check each sales potential top performers. So next is the sales info current get sales info. So here gets the sales details, and the use of it is to use I mean to access data for revenue calculation. Next is the double total revenue. Here is to calculate the revenue for this sales, and the use of it to compute earnings for the comparison. So next is the if else here check if this revenue is higher than the current max. So the use of it is to update records only when a better product is found. That's the use of that. So next one is the current here. I mean it's the max revenue. It's the total revenue. The updates the max revenue. So the use of it is to keep track of the highest value. Next one is highest total sales here, and the line 55. So updates the top product name. Okay, and the use of this is to record the names of the leading product. So here just the bracket to close the check and the check. The next one is the current is equal to current to get out node. So here moves to the next sales nodes, and to continue checking our sales. That's the use of it. So here and system out just so here just to print the top product and its revenue. So they display the result and helping identify popular items. So next one is the public void identify out of stock products. So start a new method to list out of stock products. So the use is to define an accessible methods for checking inventory shortage and aiding restocking. So next is here the product node. So get the start of the product list, and the use of it is to begin scanning products for stock issues. So here the boolean one is to create a flag to track if any out of stock product are found, starting as false, and the use of this is to monitor if any items need attention. So next one is the sys out again, and just print header for the list, and you to label the output clearly for the user. So next is the while loop here, current here in the line 69. While loop starts a loop through the product list to check each product by I mean products for stock levels. So here in the line 70, if is an if else, so the use of this is it checks if the product quantity is 0. So it means it's out of stock, and the use of this is to identify items that needs restocking. So the next one is a sys out again, just to print the ID and name of the product of the out of stock product, and to list specific item for user action. So next one is the found product is equal to true, sets the flag to true since one was found. So use of this is the note that at least one item is out of stock. And just to end the right, and the next one is here the current get next node. It moves to the next product node used to continue checking all products. So here and again just a bracket, and here in if. So here in if is checks if no out of stock products were found. So the use of it is to provide positive feedback when all is well. So here just to print all products are in stock, and the use of this is to reassure the user of good inventory status. So that's all for report module at Java. So let's move on to another node report of our group mates. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Dangal greetings. My name is Kenneth Ryan Sioka, and I will be discussing our main class in our project, which is sales inventory, smart inventory. So as you can see, we have loaded our dummy data, and here I will test and show you the results of the project that we've made. So product, and as you can see, we have these options here. For example, I want to, since I've loaded already the products here, I could just simply see if the products exist in a traversal. So it exists so perfectly, and as well as the backward version. So you can see here it displays the backward perfectly, and then we can also add a product here like a grapes that is as a 20 pesos price, and the amount of quantity which is 40. So the product is so when you search it by ID, example, search it by ID P011, so it will search as usual the grapes. To its price 10, then 40. Yeah, so when you search the product by ID, you can have existing P011. So the product is found, which is the grapes. So good. Then we are going to the product update feature. to restock the existing product. Example, out of stock product, so it automatically showed what products is out of stock. You have the option to restock the out of stock products or just restock the existing products by ID. So 0, 11, I want to restock it by 40 more. So now the quantity of grapes is 80. So you can update the product information in the said product. So example, I want to update the product of grapes. I want to name it mango or mangi. Update the price of the product, which is 40 pesos. Then add the new update the new quantity of the product, so 50. So it updates. So we can perfectly save the main menu. Then we are going to delete the product by ID again. So I'm going to delete the mango because it's a mangi, not a mango. Example. So the product mangi is successfully deleted. So now I'm going to search the product by ID. Example, I'm going to search a product ID number 6. So it will show here the correction tape, which is 28. Correction tape in the product 6. So that's it for the product management. So we are going to sales management to record a sale. So as you can see here, I've already loaded my dummy existing data, so which is I can still record a sale. Like I want to sell a correction tape, which is quantity of amount sold for, then record month, so example June or May 16. So when we display all the products, we can see here that it's safely recorded a sale, and then it says record by ID. Example, I want to delete this again, or this S010, then sales record successfully deleted. So when we display all, as you can see there, the 10 is now gone. We can generate sales by monthly. So example, I want to record or generate my sales salary in September, which is 9 in numerical form. So as you can see here, the total is 79, 59 plus 20, and 1990, which is accurate if you do it in a calculator. So that's it for the sales module. So here, the report and analysis module, we can view the total product items, which is 10, and the total sales revenue, which is 16,174. It's a large amount of sales. And we can view product with top sales. Oh my god, this code is bugging. Yeah, back to the sales report and analysis module. Product with top sales, which is the USB, with total revenue of 6,250, and view out of stock items, and it will show you the product and earlier, which is the one that is currently out of stock. That's it for the interface of our module. And when you exit, you can instantly terminate the program. So here I used these three instantiation of our class and it used to pass the information to each other which will be relate to one another. So I implemented a do while for loading the main menu so that every time that the user will uh, input a error, whether it's string for a integer or an ID that doesn't exist, it will just go back with the use of the try catch for the input validation and the checkers for all our methods in the respective classes. So we implemented here the switch case to implement the menu type of program. So I think that should be all. Thank you, Mr. Sir Janus Raymond Tan. And this is the work of our group. Thank you and have a great day.